What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to tell you guys why I believe this is one of the best bunch formations inside of Madden 22. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So I'm actually in the Chiefs playbook. Again, I'm in the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. Now, before I go any further, basically this video is going to be, I may do two parts on this video, one for zone coverage, one for man coverage. So this part right here is going to be on man coverage, and I'm going to go over two plays that I really love that will absolutely torch man coverage. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually did a YouTube short on this particular play in here, and it's not the play I'm going over. I'm actually showing you guys two new plays. And also, one thing I want to say really quick while I have you guys here is that if you guys want an ebook on this formation, do make sure you let me know. And the reason why I'm actually going to say this in every video now that I do a scheme is because for those of you guys that know, I can't really just sit here and do like 4 or 5 different videos on one formation. So what I do is I give you guys all of my favorite setups out of a particular formation that you can go and win games with. Like, you know, you definitely don't need to have an ebook. You definitely don't need to do that. You can use every single setup I'm about to give you in these 2-part videos that I'll show you, and you can dominate, honestly. And I have gameplay to show you guys as well with the setups that I have right now. But the reason I say if you want an ebook, let me know, because some of you guys might really love this formation and you just want some more setups. And for those of you guys that do, you know, that's why I tell you hit me up for, you know, so I can actually put you together an ebook. You know, it'd be $15 per whatever formation you want, and it'll show you every single setup that I know out of this formation. Basically, that's how that works. So just wanted to make sure I took the time to quickly say that. So if you guys are interested in that and you like this formation, you really love it, you want more setups, I have part 2 coming. But after part 2, I probably won't do any more. Who knows? But more than likely I won't. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. So as far as personnel goes, it's really nice if you have a really good tight end. Now, Jordan Ack is not the best. He does have like 84 speed, so he's going to do just fine. Now, you want your fastest receiver right here where Brandon Cooks is, and you'll see why we have that right there in a second. And also, in the other 2 spots, you just want some speedy receivers. So I have Nico Collins and I have Chris Conley, who both have like 90 and 91 speed. But the 2 plays we're going to be talking about, for one of them is going to be this 83 halfback choice. And the second play that we're going to come out in is actually going to be Dagger right here, which is a really, really great play for those of you guys that do know with Dagger. So for defense, I'm going to show you a typical look you'll probably get. You'll get something out of the dollar. Now, I'm going to sub in Garber's defensive line so I can actually have a little bit of time. And we're going to go ahead and plug in some safeties at linebacker. So we're going to go ahead and put Blackman, and we're going to go ahead and put, we'll do Redmond. He's normally a better one. He might be out on the field already. Let's see here. We got him. I don't know why they have Gier in the slot. We'll put Stokes in the slot. Okay, too good up top. Who are you? We'll put Gier on the outside. So I don't know why they have it set up that way. I actually didn't do my depth chart, you can tell, but we can run it just like this. That's fine. We got nothing but speed back there. Now I'll be showing you guys against just man coverage for this video, and then I'm gonna be showing you gameplay. So I'm more than likely gonna do a part 2 on this video because I actually really like this offense. So I want to show you my favorite man coverage setups, and I'm gonna show you my favorite zone in part 2. So this one is just gonna be man coverage. So also, you want to make sure you run your bunch to the wide side of the field. Make sure you have it to the wide side. Now, this is versus man coverage. You like it. Now, since it's man coverage, well, let me back that up. So, man coverage, it doesn't really matter. But if it's more of zone based, sometimes I like it to the short side. Sometimes I like it to the wide side. So, I'll get into that in the part 2. So, for right now, for opening up, make sure that you have your bunch to the wide side. It's going to allow you to be more, it's going to allow you to be able to use this offense more effectively if you have your bunch to the wide side. So, you see right here, we got man coverage. Now, I'm going to go ahead and press, and I'm going to go ahead and spy this user right here to kind of simulate, you know, if they play this style of man coverage where they play inside and like underneath. So, this will simulate this style of man coverage. So, if somebody wants to play this style of man coverage, there's a couple things I like to do. So, not out of this play, but I'll actually start off in Dagger. So, oh, my bad, this is Dagger, excuse me. So with Dagger, what I would do, I would just take square, put them on a streak. I like to take circle, well, R1, and I'll start out by putting them on a slant, and I will go ahead and motion them across. Now, the user right here is going to have to either play X, or he's going to have to play the running back. Dang, I can't even talk. Hold on. So we're going to go into replay because I cannot talk for whatever reason. So we're going to go into replay and just kind of take a look at it. I apologize. Sometimes I be having speech problems, you know? My bad. So what I was trying to explain to you guys is that this motion over slant needs to be your first read because the user is going to have to come down and play that. If the user does not follow this, this will be open almost every single time. Why? Because your best receiver should be right here regardless, because of you're going to see here in a second why I say your best receiver should be here. Not for this particular play, but for the next play I'm going to talk about. But anyways, your best receiver should be right here. So this should be like, you know, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, you know, Keenan Allen. So somebody like that. So he's going to win on this slant almost every single time. So the user's going to have to play it. If he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble. And of course, they're going to have to play some type of purple over here, obviously. So that means they cannot play too high deep safety. You see that? So if they do, what? You have this that's going to get open. Now, this running back route, it's actually like an option route, which is pretty cool. So if it's man coverage, they do an option in route. So they actually cut in, and it actually creates a nice spacing concept, you can tell. So we can actually lowball that, which I'll show you here in a second. So that's nice that gets open. And also, look what else is getting open like I already threw, which is going to be this backside dig route. It's like a speed cut in route, so you can tell it's not ran like a normal in route. Like he actually sticks his foot in the ground and actually goes forward. Now if you have a good matchup, normally you can win that, but even if not, you can still lowball it, which is actually pretty nice. You tell right there we got the low ball. And also we have a fourth option available too, and it's this crossing route right here. But of course it all depends on who you have running. Now Nico Collins, he's just getting absolutely bagged, and that's Stokes right there. So that's a speed advantage, and it's not a good receiver, so that's just not going to get open. And that's fine, because even if that doesn't get open, what? We still have, 1, 2, we still have potentially 3 reads that we can make. So you can tell already that this is, a really, really good play against this style of man coverage. So quickly, I just want to show you that running back route again. So let's call inside underneath one more time. And then, like I said, for that setup, you just take square, put them on a streak. You take R1 right here, and then put them on a slant, and then go ahead and motion them across. And like I said, your slant wants to be your first read, then followed by a circle normally, or the running back too. I want to show you the running back too, so you can actually lowball that right there. Or I could have just regular passed it. Just sometimes they'll be on them a little tight, so it's good to just go ahead and lowball that pass right there. So that's going to make the user actually have to fly down, and that's when we'll actually throw circle right over the top of his head. So anyways, so what your opponent's gonna have to do to kind of account for this is try to play a man coverage style that looks something like this, right? So let's say they wanted to play this style of man coverage. So now they're like, okay, I got the purple right there for that slant, and then now I'm actually going to user this dig route myself. So I just kind of want to show you what this looks like too, so we can still do the same exact setup, which is why I said it's crazy that this play is just really good. And it's honestly this running back option route that's just really good, honestly. So even if they play that style, you can tell we can just move right there, move the spy. If they put a spy, you see that time we are able to get a rat catch. So regardless, your opponent will not be able to play standard man coverage like they normally play on a normal basis. So you can tell right there we have the slant that gets open right there. Oh, and also I'm gonna throw in another play for you guys too as well, so stay tuned with that. So we have the slant that gets open as well. We have this in route right here that gets open, or the running back route that gets open, excuse me. And like I said, Nico Collins is getting absolutely bagged, but under normal circumstances, this can get open. It just depends on who you have there. And also, like I said, we have the in route, which I know it looks covered, but you can definitely lowball that. You already see me lowball it. You can tell we have a step on, and that's J. Alexander we have a step on. So like I said, we really just have about 4 options that we have open on this play, which is why I said it's really, really crazy. But now, what your opponent's gonna start doing is try to play a man cover shell that looks something like this, right? So, or they're gonna have to do something like, something like this or something, like to where they say, okay, well, I'm gonna put a purple for that crosser route, then I'm gonna go ahead and use it as slant, and this hook curl actually helped me out. So they're gonna play crazy style man coverage, basically what I'm saying. So if you notice that they're playing a crazy style man coverage, what I want you to do is go to 83 halfback choice. And it's actually this route right here that's actually really, really glitchy. Now, the only thing that takes this route away right here is actually a deep half by this safety right here. That is the only thing now to take that route away, unless like he just gets super bagged, which that should be your best player, so you should not be getting bagged. And I actually want to showcase that. So what I love to do, you can leave square on this route, you can leave everybody the same, but one thing that I do, I take circle, put them on a slant. And also one thing I should mention too is that this little wheel route sometimes can get open if they play like a press, but they actually don't shade over the top. Then sometimes that wheel route right here gets open. It all depends on who you have, but I can promise you there's no way that he's going to get open versus Stokes. I promise that. But I am going to shade over the top though, and the reason why is because when people play aggressive man, which means they have no safety help, they're going to shade over the top because they don't want to get one play touchdown. So this setup right, you want to take them, just still motion them across for a slant, and that slant is really designed to hold the user. Now you normally don't want to snap it like that, but I want to show you that circle read, of course, is going to be open, that motion over slant, but you actually want to snap that ball as fast as possible. So I'm going to go into replay really quick. I'm not even going to show you what the bomb play was. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But when you snap this ball, you don't want to snap it right here. So you want to snap the ball when he's just passing up number 72. So in like this little, if they let me control it, in this little gap right there, like right about where that defensive end's lined up is where you want to snap the ball. Now you might be wondering, real why? So the reason why is because look at the spacing that we get. So this is terrible spacing, how they're both next to each other. A user could just sit right here and use both of those. You see that? And we normally don't want to put ourselves in that kind of predicament regardless. Even though this is just a dummy route, like we're not even reading this. If we're running the setup, we're looking up top. And you can tell up top that's going to be our read, because the purple, they will never ever play that. Even if they zone drop it to like 20 or something to count for that crosser, they will actually never play that, which I'll show you that here in a second. But this is going to be your read, you know, and that's your best player running that route. But I just wanted to show you that route is actually really glitchy. So quickly, I actually just want to actually turn zone drops on, and then actually after that, we're going to actually get right back into it. So let's go to A3 halfback choice. And let's go to zone drops, and let's say that crosser route they're playing like a, you know, let's say they're playing 15, right? So let's say they're doing, no, probably 20. So let's say they're doing 20 for that crosser route, right? And they're putting their flats on like 10 to stop the backside slant, right? So this is kind of like what you would want to do, I would say. So let's go to back to man coverage. Now, what they will probably do on defense is they'll probably shade over the top. Let's just simulate this being the user, right? So the crosser, they know is coming from that side. So they'll probably play a cover shell that looks like this, to where, remember, he's at 10 yards. So now he's like, okay, I have the backside slant taken care of. I have this crosser taken care of. Now my user is going to be in the middle looking for that in route, you know, or running back route. So I'm like, okay, I got to help out on the running back, cover the in route. And that's pretty much how most people are going to try to play you when you run this style of offense. Now, this is why I really love this setup. So you take circle, put them on a slant, because even though you're putting them on a slant, motion them over, the user's gonna have to cover them for half a second, and you're banking on that half a second to be able to bomb them over the top for a one-play touchdown. So just want to make sure I show you that. So basically, you can watch R1, so you can see how he's just gonna kind of get open right there. And like I said, that was actually a horrible pass lead, but I was trying to pass lead it all the way over the top, which I'm gonna show you quickly on replay. Then I'm actually going to run it one more time. Then we'll show you gameplay, and that'll be the video. But what I was trying to explain to you is that I could have just been through this ball right here. You could pass lead that ball up for sure, and it's a foot race at that point. But if you pass lead it wrong, then they actually will let the man defender actually cover that. So one thing you can do, because sometimes this route can get ran a little deep, you could tell. So if you don't want that route ran that deep, which I recommend you doing anyway, is let's set it back up, right? So we can kind of get the same scenario in our head that we had. So I'm actually going to pinch my defense, shade over the top. Now, if you want that same scenario, what I recommend you do, since this route right here by the tight end, it's not good against man coverage, right? So you want to take him, put him on an out route. Smart route is out route, just like this to 10 yards. So that way you have a chance to at least throw it, you know? So maybe I'll show you that here right now. So let's say it actually gets open. So you can tell we can actually lowball that pass. It wasn't open that time, but I'm just telling you, like, in theory, like, you give yourself the best chance, because that corner out is not good against man, basically. So I wanted you to understand that it's not good. But that's why I would rather you just put them on the out route smart right now. If you got somebody like Travis Kelce or something right here, or you got, like, you know, Kyle Pitts, he might catch it, you know. So you just put it out there to give him a chance. But your real read, like I said, is going to be R1 on this route. And basically that out route is going to be able to pull that purple down, as you can tell here in a second. And your read is going to be R1. So as long as he gets a good win, you can tell right there, I was trying to pass lead it more towards the sideline or up the field. It all just depends. Like I said, this is all Madden practice mode, so it's not going to be picture perfect, but you can kind of tell exactly what I'm talking about. Then we'll get into gameplay. So anyways, the user's going to have to worry about this route right here. They're going to have to be somewhere up in here, more than likely. And then they'll actually peel off and kind of play a no man's land, because they'll expect this guy right here to do an in route, because they think you're running the other setup. And this is where you want to attack all right here, or if you have a step on him like we did last play, you'll be able to pass lead that ball like straight up the field, and he'll go run and get it. But what I was trying to get you to understand is that if they put a 20-yard purple, which most people will versus this formation, that he'll actually get sucked down, as you can tell, and there's just going to be nobody there. You can tell he's never going to have a chance to get there. You can easily throw that to the sideline at that point. It's just that corner route actually pulled that defender all the way over there. But check out these two gameplay clips that I got for you. So that's gonna wrap it up for part one. So I know I did say I was gonna give you a bonus setup, but I'm actually gonna save that for part two. So I'm gonna give you guys probably give you guys another play or two, and then I'll have a bonus setup in there for you guys. And for those of you guys that like this formation and want an ebook on it, just make sure you hit me up about it, and I'll be happy to get that to you guys for $15 per formation. But anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Rail, and I'm out.